without the microphone. I'd like to, yes, because I can see it. My prior impression is because I've recently had to have my retina reattached, so that's why I'm doing har matey to all of you. I'd like to welcome you all and thank you for coming. I'm Denise Meyer. I've been with Transit 19 years. I'm a CSO operator, and I believe in trade union principles, and I come from a trade union background. I was involved in the trade unions in Britain. My father led Civic Service 52 out to be local 1 of AUPE, and he was their first treasurer. So I've been on many picket lines and out with my father. With AUPE, I was the president of my chapter, which had 1,200 members. I was on the Local 1 bargaining committee, which was for 15,000 members. And I also was on the legislative committee that overhauled all of the policies and procedures for every AUP local in Alberta. It was unprecedented that particular committee was allowed to sit for 2 years without being re-elected, so that for 2 terms, so that we could continue the work and get it finalized. I was one of the first and only elected shop stewards prior to the new bylaws. I was elected at a meeting thousands of years ago with CSOs and also appointed by the president. From there, I became the chief shop steward and held that position until I was elected 3 years ago to the recording secretary. Under that position, when I was the chief shop steward, I was appointed as delegate to the Edmonton District Labour Council. While there, I was elected from within the delegates to sit on the executive board. And while on the executive board, I sit on the political action committee, the education committee, and the bylaws committee. I'm on the AFL Labor Law Review Committee, where I was elected as secretary. And I've acted as a relief support admin assistant. When the admin assistants go on vacation, I will go in and I will work doing most of their work as an admin assistant. I have attended many committees that the president has asked me to attend, and conventions and seminars, and always reported back to both the executive board and the membership with my reports. I've attended various levels of discipline, which I also did with AUPE, sitting across the table from deputy ministers. I'm chair of the Women's Committee, and I was instrumental in getting, along with several other members of the committee, the ATU International Women's Caucus here in 2015, which was only the 2nd time in 28 years that it had come to Canada. I'm not afraid to stand up, speak out, wherever I happen to be, and whoever happens to be there, be it the president of the ATU International, or at a conference, or on a picket line with fellow members across the country. What I feel I bring to this position is a lot of experience, and I believe the next round of bargaining and the next few years are going to be, especially the next round of bargaining, are going to be really tough, and you need people who can, you know, stand there and stand up against the city. My hopes, what I'd like to do, should I be re-elected, is I want to update the harassment policy. It has not been updated since it was initially brought in. I also want to start a written history of our local with pictures and interviews with some of the retirees before they all die and we're left with people who can't remember what happened 50 years ago within the local. I also want to continue representing the local on the committees that I sit on, and representing members where and if I can. I've taken numerous courses through the EDLC and on my own time, and through the union in the union hall. So I have a varying experience in various levels. And I'd like to thank you for attending and listening to all of us and listening to myself, and I look for your support.
Thank you, Denise. Do we have any questions for Denise?
Yeah, I'm going to ask, what do you want to add or subtract to the harassment?
I just want to review it and make sure that it is current with the Human Rights Commission statutes that they have. If it's fine, there would be no changes, but they've made various changes to the Human Rights Act, and we need to make sure that our harassment policy follows their guidelines. Our harassment policy is for union events. It's not for within the city. They have their own. This would be like at union meetings, the Christmas function, the summer function, anything like that that the union itself holds.
Do you have any ideas on how to get mobilization of membership? How do we get more members involved?
That's a very difficult issue, and we're not the only local facing it. If you look at the Washington DC local, which is over, I think, 13,000 members, they don't get many more out at their meetings than we get. I think there's a number of contributing factors, and the biggest one is we have it good here. We've got pensions, we've got vacation time, we've got sick leave, we have all of those things. None of those things have been in jeopardy. So the members, well, everything's fine, why should I come out? They'll let me know if there's something important. And I think that's true of every union local, is to get the members out, there has to be a mobilizing issue. I mean, we've tried barbecues, we've tried giving out jackets, we've tried giving out shirts, and maybe 5 or 6 more people come, but not that many. So I think what you have to do is you have to then look at, if you can't get them to come and hear the message, you have to try and get it out to them by the website. We've got the letter. The new website, I think, is very good compared to the old one. So we need to do more of that. Maybe sending out on the website and an email blast saying at the next union meeting, this is the key issue we want to focus on. Please, attend if it's an issue you are interested in. And it's baby steps. And like I said, until something, very difficult happens, the membership is quite happy to let things just carry on and let the few people that go make the decisions.
Denise, to help you on that, it is hard for drivers that start at 4 o'clock in the morning till, say, their shift ends at 11:30, to make it for the afternoon meet or the morning meeting, which starts at 10. A lot of the drivers in bed early, and your night starts at 7. So that's why you have a low turnout for a lot of your meetings, is because of the shifts. You've got the guys that are starting their night runs. It's hard for all the drivers to get there. Different times and that we start.
I agree with that. Sorry to interrupt. I do work nights myself. I do start at 4 and I finish at 1 o'clock in the morning. And by the time I get home, it's 2, 3. So no, I can't make a morning meeting. And it's hard for me to make an afternoon meeting because I need to be at the garage, park at the garage, and get myself to start my shift, and that meeting is still going on.
So you can't
So,
blame
yes.
the union for not, say we've got a meeting and whatever, it's the drivers that cannot make it because of the time they sign their shifts.
There is such a thing as going into the union and reading the minutes at your own time. They are there to be read.
And I'd like to comment.
It's not just meetings. It's like, okay, yes, that's one way of getting the information, but, okay, so if, like you said, they're not coming to us, we need to go out to them, or we need to get the information out there. So mobilization doesn't just mean going to meetings. There's many ways of getting membership involved, besides just sitting for 2 hours and listening to the executive talk or discussion, whatever. There's so many other ways of getting membership involved.
And I'd like to address, somebody brought up about the minutes. The minutes are at the front of both meetings in the morning. They're sitting there if you want to take them and read them. And I'm usually there way before the meeting, and they're there.
You weren't there last week.
Well, no, because I had eye surgery, so.
Okay, I have a question